Hey team, I am so excited to see you here this Sunday, and I wanted to quickly walk you through what a classroom and your activities will look like in our new structure. So when kids walk in a lot of our older classrooms, they highlight their own name at check-in, but we are asking you to keep this clipboard to yourself and for you to highlight it so that that highlighter touches less names. Then they head over to their early bird activity coloring sheet, just like normal, but the difference is that there are no markers on the table. And that's on purpose, because really the best way to do this is for you to hand each child an individual group of markers for them to use the rest of the morning. On your shelves now, we've marked a 9:30 shelf and an 11 o'clock shelf, and each shelf has its individual markers, scissors, pens and pencils, and glue sticks, so that way kids from 1 hour don't touch what kids from another hour touch. It gives us extra time to clean it during the week. And then you head into your first activity, which is a memory card shuffle. A lot of times we do this as a team, but for this week, each child will have their own individual set of memory verse cards to put in order. You will still have your memory verse poster up on the board as a reference for those kids. And then you get to do an object lesson. As you do the object lesson at the front of the room, kids have a special part to make themselves that they get to take home. Now, you might have gold rocks, you might have regular rocks, but they will use that rock to decorate with a Sharpie. Yes, I said Sharpie. I know a lot of times we try to avoid crafts with Sharpies, but one of the perks of having a smaller classroom is that we can supervise our kids a little more closely, so we get to do some interesting crafts. Let them use the Sharpie. It's a great reminder for them to take home. After that, you have your lesson. Now, because they're already at their tables from the object lesson, you might just want to teach your lesson from there. Just leave them sitting at the tables. But if you want to bring them forward into the open area, your extra chairs have been lined up on the front wall, so you can pull them out and make a circle with them for them to sit in. And then after your lesson, you have a race review. You'll pull up in the back of your curriculum, there's a set of situational cards, and after you read a situation, you say ready, set, go, and they get to run across the room and they have to tag the wall before they get to answer. And they get to answer what the person in the situation made more important than God. It's just a fun way for them to get their wiggles out, and it's a fun way to have a running game without a lot of touching, because everybody is running at the same time and everybody is touching their spot on the wall. After that, for your fourth activity, you get to do a review of the Bible story where they get to act like a detective. They're all given a sheet with different symbols and numbers. And as they walk around the room, they'll come across these posters that you need to tape up before class starts, and they'll read them and figure out what part of the story it is, and then draw a line from that symbol that's on the poster to the correct number in the story where it goes. Guys, I'm so excited to see you. My hope is that these activities can be done with any number of kids that we have, but really the most important part of being in a classroom is always safe, fun, and then Jesus. We keep kids safe because we want to be worthy of the trust that parents put in us. We try to have fun because that is the language of kids. So do things like put on music when kids walk in the room. That way, if there's only 2 kids in the room, it's not awkward. And sit down and talk with kids about what they've been doing during this quarantine. And as always, our focus is Jesus. One of the best parts of having a small classroom is that you really get to know where each kid is at and ask them if they have any questions or what they've been doing or what they've been thinking about God in this time when we haven't been together. I can't wait to see you.